bring to you Harold Taylor, one of the San Francisco Eight, was released on bail last September. He is one of 8 elders who were charged in a cold case of police officer murder in 1971. Harold, welcome to Freedom is a Constant Struggle. Thank you so much for joining us. And just tell our viewers a little bit about you,
It's my
please.
pleasure to be here, and I want to thank you for the opportunity to have me on your show. Um, to tell you a little bit about myself, I was born and raised in South Central Los Angeles. I joined the Black Panther Party in 1968, at the end of 1968. I functioned in numerous capacities in the party. I worked as an organizer, and I helped organize free breakfast programs, free clothing drives, and free health care, and transportation for the elderly, and a number of other things.
Right. We did pretty much the same thing in the New Haven chapter.
Right.
I joined the party in '69. What year did you join the party? You helped organize the San Diego chapter as well,
Well,
didn't
I
you?
did. I helped restructure the San Diego chapter after Sylvester Bell, after John Savage was murdered. He was a captain in the party in San Diego. He was murdered by the US organization, which was a part of COINTELPRO, where,
United Slaves.
yeah, where they instigated the controversy between the party and the US organization that created this rash of killings in the party and attacks on the party and attacks on the US organization. It was all instigated and designed by COINTELPRO, which was designed by J. Edgar Hoover to disrupt and destroy the Black Panther Party and any progressive organization that was moving for justice, freedom, and equality in this country.
That's right. And uh, in in the Black Panther, when you were in the Black Panther Party in Los Angeles, you and Ray Boudreaux and John Bowman uh, were in what was described as a shootout with the Los Angeles police. Would you describe that incident and what happened following the incident?
Well, in 1971, I don't think Ray Boudreaux was not in the Black Panther Party. He was an activist that supported a lot of things that the Black Panther Party was doing.
And
Uh,
he's also now one of the San
and
Francisco
he's
Eight.
also now one of the San Francisco Eight. John Bowman is deceased now. He died in 2006 in December, December the 23rd, 2006. He was designated to be the ninth person in the San Francisco Eight, but he passed away in December that year before they arrested everybody. Well, what happened in Los Angeles was a designed attempt to murder on myself, John Bowman, and Ray Boudreaux by the FBI, the Criminal Conspiracy Section of the Los Angeles Police Department. It was all part of the ongoing catastrophe that they had created to destroy members of the party and to engage us and to entrap us and to kill us. Uh, we were in Los Angeles. I was in Los Angeles, and Ray Boudreaux and John Bowman contacted me. We were all old friends, so we were going to go to a dinner together. Within process, I had an appointment to make with a Panther that turned out to be an FBI informant, and he lured me to come to a house on 54th. I think it's 54th and Hooper, and I went to go over there to pick up some material that belonged to Elmer Pratt, Geronimo Pratt. And while I was on the way there, before I left, Boudreaux and John wanted to go with me. So during those times, there was a lot of things taking place where members of the party were getting killed and people were getting shot at. So it was at a time, it was right after Bunchy Carter had been killed, John Savage had been killed, Fred Hampton had been
John
killed,
Huggins was killed the
John
same
Huggins was
time I
killed
knew
with
John.
Bunchy Carter. And you had a number of people, a number of attacks going. So at that time, people were arming themselves. We would get numerous phone calls. My mother got phone calls saying that they were going to kill me. So at that time, I decided to carry a gun. And when I got over to this particular place where I was supposed to meet this guy, his name is Duck Young. He wasn't there. But what turned out to be there was 8 police officers, 8 undercover police officers. And when we got ready to leave, knowing that the guy that we were supposed to meet there never showed up, when we left, the police proceeded to follow us. They called a black and white to pull us over. When we pulled over, we didn't want to pull over in a dark spot because we wanted people to see them arrest us, because we wasn't sure what was going to take place. And in the process of that, when they pulled us over, one of the police officers approached the window where I was at, which was of the right rear passenger seat, and he had his gun out. And he told me to put my hands on the front seat, which I did. He continued to yell at me to put my hands on the front seat, and I told him my hands were on the front seat. I asked him what was the problem. And when I said that, he shot. When he shot, it flashed across my face. I was trying to get out of the way. And in the process of that, I reached and got my pistol, and I returned shooting back at him. And at that point, it's like all hell broke loose. They shot in that car over 280 times. They shot me 6 times, Ray Boudreaux maybe 5 to 6 times, John Bowman 3 times, shot him in the back, and then they drug us out and beat us after they shot us all up. That happened at 9 o'clock at night. We didn't get to the hospital till 11:30 that night. At that time, they had us chained to the beds in the hospital. They wouldn't remove the handcuffs so the doctors could work on us, and they had to cut our clothes off, and they had to shave my head because I'd been shot in the head in order for them to treat my wounds. I believe Johnny Cochran was the attorney that my mother brought up there to see me, and he instructed doctors and the police not to question me, and that he would have them all in court if they continued to ask me questions. I was charged with 6 counts of attempted murder on a police officer. John Bowman was charged with the same, and so was Ray Boudreaux.
And what happened ultimately with the trial?
I was acquitted. I was acquitted of attempted murder by a jury on the grounds that it was self-defense. Police officers shot first. One police officer admitted that he thought he was put in the crossfire by his fellow officers. And after about 15 months in jail, I was acquitted and released.
Right on. I want to take a minute and let our viewers know that our live line is open. We're at 671-4473, and the number is on the screen. I want to ask you, I want to fast forward to New Orleans. Will you tell us what happened in New Orleans? And I just also wanted to comment a little bit on JB. I knew JB, and he was very dear to you, and he was dear to me too. He was just such a beautiful, warm human being, very, very dedicated to serving the people, and he's greatly missed.